Welcome back to Braintree Today. I'm Martha Konstandinidis and you're watching BCAM TV. Now we'll be getting into our latest stories from the week. Welcome back to Braintree Today. I'm Martha Konstandinidis and you're watching BCAM TV. Now we'll be getting into our latest stories from the week. At least 17 people have been killed in some of the worst floods to hit Central Europe in decades as Storm Boris sweeps through the region, dumping well over a month's worth of rain. Austria, Poland, the Czech Republic, and Hungary have all been hit with extreme rainfall. The Polish government declared a state of emergency after days of rain devastated swaths of the country's southwestern regions. Over the past few days, 7 died in Romania. According to a spokesperson for the state government of Lower Austria, a firefighter was killed on Sunday and 2 men aged 70 and 80 were found dead by emergency services after being trapped in their homes on Monday. 4 people died as a result of floods in Poland, and in the Czech Republic, 3 have died. Europe is the world's fastest warming continent, and global heating is fueling extreme weather events there. A warmer atmosphere can hold more water vapor, meaning more intense rain when it falls, and hotter oceans whip up a stronger storm. According to court documents filed Monday, the man suspected in an apparent assassination attempt targeting Donald Trump camped outside a golf course with food and a rifle for nearly 12 hours. 58-year-old Ryan Wesley Routh allegedly sat waiting for the former president before a Secret Service agent thwarted the potential attack and opened fire. Routh faces charges of possessing a firearm despite a prior felony conviction and possessing a firearm with an obliterated serial number. He did not fire any shots and never had Trump on his line of sight, according to the Secret Service's acting chief. Routh appeared briefly in federal court in West Palm Beach, kickstarting a criminal case in the final weeks of a presidential race already touched by violence and upheaval. Though no one was injured, the episode marked the second attempt on Trump's life in just a few months. Last week, Consumer Reports, a nonprofit that helps consumers evaluate goods and services, released a report that showed high levels of lead in 12 brands of cinnamon powder and multi-spice powders. Brands Paris, EGN, ShopRite, Bowl & Basket, Ronnie, Zara Foods, Three Rivers, Yu Yi, Spicy King, Buddy, and Deep all had their cinnamon products recalled. For the test, Consumer Reports gathered about 3 samples each of 36 different spice products that included cinnamon, garam masala, and multiple other spice mixes. According to the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, the concentrations of lead in cinnamon were thousands of times higher than those found in any testing of spices, between about 2,300 and about 5,100 parts per million. Since then, the FDA has been issuing consumer health alerts on high levels of lead in different cinnamon products. The latest, published in August, listed 10 different cinnamon products with levels as high as 3.93 ppm of lead. We all know that prices for almost everything have gone through the roof, but for once, gas isn't one of them. The oil market is in a tailspin and gas prices are falling fast, with more to come. According to AAA, U.S. gas prices fell to a 6-month low of $3.31 a gallon last week, down almost 50 cents from this point last year. Drivers in 10 U.S. states are paying less than $3 a gallon on average. Experts are predicting that more states will join the sub-$3 list in the next 2 weeks. So why the drop in gas prices? U.S. oil output hit an all-time high of 13.4 million barrels per day recently, according to weekly federal data. That's the largest amount ever that, combined with the 2-month postponement of added gas supplies, has helped ease financial pressure on consumers and contribute to the cooling inflation rate. We all like junk food, but have you ever wondered why we like it? A psychiatrist at Harvard Medical School recently explained why people crave junk food and what we can do about it. Dr. Uma Naidu said, quote, "We want junk food because we are surrounded by ultra-processed foods that are high in sugar, salt, and bad fats, and that taps into the pleasure centers in our brain," end quote. The doctor also said, unlike our distant ancestors who lived primarily on fruits, berries, nuts, and seeds, when we consume junk foods like ice cream, chips, and soda, for example, we feel better in the short term, which makes us want to eat them again and again. In the long term, junk food damages the gut microbiome, increases inflammation, lowers mood, and increases anxiety. So what can we do to stop the junk food cravings? Dr. Naidoo said instead of reaching for the store-bought orange juice, which has low nutritional value, you can eat a whole orange. The additional fiber will make you feel full and reduce your cravings. And if you feel a craving come on, drink a glass of water, which can fool your brain into thinking you're full. Thanks for watching Braintree today. We'll be right back with more after the break.
Hi, I'm Phil Ng, General Manager of the MBTA. We have a tremendous amount of work that has been ongoing throughout our system since we launched this track improvement program. And I want everyone to know that we have significant work coming up, starting Friday, September 6th and ending on Sunday, September 29th. We will begin a 24-day closure of the Braintree branch between JFK UMass and Braintree stations. During this time, Red Line trains will not be serving North Quincy, Wollaston, Quincy Center, Quincy Adams, and Braintree stations. To get our riders moving, we will provide alternative transportation options, including free shuttles, commuter rail, and Winthrop-Quincy ferry service. I know the timing of this diversion may be problematic and understand this will be disruptive, especially with the start of the school year. But this is crucial work that once complete will begin to bring immediate benefits to our riders and the communities that we serve. So I ask all of you for your patience as we revitalize 18 miles of track. I want our riders to know that we'll be accomplishing record work in terms of long deferred track work, signal work, power work, and station work that's needed to enhance their trips. At the end of this 24 days, we'll be restoring service back to its 40 miles an hour maximum speed. And then over the course of the next few months, we will be raising speeds to up to 50 miles an hour. At the end of this, riders will be able to regain 27 minutes a day of their travel. Every day, round trip, they will save 27 minutes. To increase awareness and help riders plan ahead, we're working with our community partners and stakeholders to inform riders, including all of the returning students. We're also implementing several new outreach strategies to target customers that live or work around Red Line stations. Riders are encouraged to visit mbta.com/redline to view our Red Line Diversions Rider's Guide and to subscribe to T-Alerts for up-to-date travel information. The MBTA will continue to invest in our infrastructure so you, our riders, experience a better, a safer, and more reliable transit system day in and day out. The one that you deserve, the one that you've been asking for, we're committed to giving to you. The number of weekly subway trips is increasing on every line, and the headways, the time between trains at peak travel times, are the best they've been in a long time. Less than 3 minutes on the green line, 5 minutes on the blue line, 6 minutes on the red line, and 7 minutes on the orange line, and they will only get better. And what I've committed to is eliminating all speed restrictions by the end of 2024. We are well on our way to doing that, and that will allow us to be able to maintain our system beyond that period going forward, to be able to give you the level of service that you deserve and expect and what we've promised you. And hopefully you've already felt these improvements across the system. A system closure of this magnitude takes the hard work and dedication of hundreds of MBTA employees and construction workers. I want to thank everyone involved in planning and delivering and safely executing all of these diversions and this upcoming one. Your work contributes to making the T safer, faster, more reliable, and hopefully the preferred choice of travel. I also want to thank our riders for their continued patience and confidence that the T will get this job done, and we're getting this done for you. Thank you for riding the T.
Welcome back. The Braintree School Committee met on Monday, September 17th for their first meeting of the school year. In attendance was Mike McGordy, the town's Director of Facilities, who presented an assessment of all the schools in Braintree. With this, the school committee was able to get a full breakdown of each school based on a number of factors that will help the committee focus on problem areas. Here's more from McGordy's assessment.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you to the school committee members, Jim Lee and his staff, and of course, Mayor Joyce. So our presentation is not a complete comprehensive package of how our schools are. It's an update basically on an assessment as to where we stand from what we've done. We've been doing this now for 2 years, 2 months, 16 days. We're not keeping score, but that's where we're at. So if we could look at some of the slides. What we did was we did rate the buildings. We did it with staff, independently went out and looked at the schools for the work that they do. We have a custodial manager who does the interior, exterior reviews. We have an assistant facilities director who is out there working in the field every day, here projects and the new projects. He set his ratings, and we also had one of our PM people who is in the schools every single day, working on all the MPEs. So he gave us his evaluation, put all the evaluations together, and we came up with this scoring that we have. But what we did was we based it on the interior, the exterior of the buildings, the mechanical, electrical, plumbing, roof, and the big caveat that really changed things for a lot of the schools was the asbestos abatement requirements in some of the schools. It's a game changer for the older schools because any projects we do in those schools, the price is quadruple because you're dealing with abatement. So that affected some of the scores and the ratings. And again, the score and ratings was to give us an understanding of where the buildings stand as far as the facilities look at them. This does not represent how the school administration uses the building. It's how we maintain the building. So if we go to the next slide.
Yeah, so 11 buildings were assessed. We included inadequate just because we're still responsible for the upkeep of that building, even though it's being leased out or subleased. So not unexpected, New South ranked first in our list. It's the newest building, obviously. You can see the number of students as the last reporting period, square feet, the year built, and the years in service, which is a function of the year built. New South, again, is ranked first. East is a function. It was not a total rebuild. So it was originally built in 1961, remodeled in 2020, ranked second on our list. And you can see, I don't want to go down each school, but you can see the rankings of each one. Not unexpectedly as well, Hollis is the oldest school in our fleet, and it's ranked unfortunately worst as far as the maintenance and the upkeep of that building.
Also during the meeting, the school committee went into discussion about which consulting group will aid them in the search for a new school superintendent. With both MASC and MASS in the running for the spot, the committee discussed the two options before going into a vote. Here's more from the meeting.
So I just want to open it up to discussions. Does anybody have any opinions on any of these? The quotes were 11,500 for MASC, 16,660 for the New England, NESDEC, and then for HYA was 16,500. But again, we didn't have we needed to get three quotes, but the third one is not presented. So I think if anybody has any questions about any of them or any recommendations or discussion, I'm opening up for discussion. So I want to make a motion for a particular consulting group.
I put forward the motion to accept MASC as the superintendent search company for Braintree Public Schools.
I have a motion by Dr. Horak.
Second.
Second by Ms. Tuffy. All those in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed?
Aye.
5-2. MASC.
On Friday, September 20th, marks the National Day of Remembrance for American Prisoners of War and Missing in Action. The town of Braintree will be acknowledging their sacrifices by displaying the POW MIA flag in front of Town Hall and displaying a seat of remembrance in the main lobby. This is to symbolize both the unwavering commitment to bring back every missing service member and showing that Braintree never forgets. On September 20th, a special ceremony at Braintree High School will take place before the scheduled Braintree Womps football versus North Quincy Red Raiders kicking off at 6 p.m. All are welcome to come and encouraged to attend. In October, South Shore Health is hosting a senior safety program in Braintree. The Senior Safety and Resource Fair is a free event on October 9th that features classes, demonstrations, and information for seniors, caregivers, and individuals of all ages. This community event is sponsored by the Friends of South Shore Health, the Braintree Department of Elder Affairs, and the Rotary Club of Braintree. The fair will be held at the Braintree Department of Elder Affairs located at 71 Cleveland Avenue in Braintree from 2 to 4 p.m. Registration is encouraged, and if you'd like to register, please call 781-848-1963. This October, the Bo Sox Club is hosting the second annual Sox and Suds event with special guest Dan Shaughnessy. The Bo Sox Club will be celebrating their 20th anniversary at the Widowmaker Brewing Company on October 17th. Those with tickets can attend the event from 7 to 9 p.m. There will be special memorabilia, autographs, and book signings happening during the event, as well as free food catered by Bone and Bread. To buy a ticket, head to bosoxclub.org. Thayer Public Library staff and trustees are excited to announce a month-long celebration in September, commemorating the library's 150th anniversary of serving, educating, and connecting the town of Braintree. A wide range of special events and activities are planned, offering something for all ages as the library reflects on its rich history and looks forward to the future. Throughout September, children are invited to make a birthday card for the library in the children's room. Additionally, all visitors are encouraged to share their favorite library memories on the community board that will be set up in the library. For more information about the Thayer Public Library's 150th anniversary events, visit thayerpubliclibrary.org or contact the library by phone at 781-848-0405 extension 4417 or by email at referencedesk@braintreema.gov. Thank you for watching Braintree Today on BCAM TV. We'll be right back with more stories in the area.
Take steps to keep yourself and your family safe from ticks and the illnesses they can cause. Use EPA-approved tick repellents on your skin and clothes. Read and follow the directions. Wear light-colored clothing to make it easier to spot a crawling tick. Check for ticks on yourself, your kids, and your pets anytime you've been outdoors. Some tick bites can make you sick, but finding and removing a tick properly makes it less likely. Call your doctor if you start to feel ill or notice a rash near the bite. Play it safe when you're outdoors.
Welcome back to Braintree Today. Now let's get right into more stories. As if traveling in Massachusetts wasn't already difficult, your travel plans will get even harder in years to come. New lane restrictions were put into place over the weekend as MassDOT enters the next phase of a $230 million project to replace 8 bridges at the Massachusetts Turnpike and the I-95 Route 128 interchange on the Newton and Weston border. MassDOT said the project includes the full replacement of 5 bridges, the rehabilitation of 1, and the installation of new superstructures on 2 others. As the next phase of construction begins, new lane closures will be put into place to allow construction crews safe access. The on-ramps to the Mass Pike eastbound and westbound from I-95 Route 128, as well as the off-ramp from the Pike to I-95 Route 128 northbound, will be reduced to a single lane in each direction. These lane reductions will continue throughout the duration of the project, which is scheduled to last through the fall of 2028. The New Hampshire State Police Marine Patrol is investigating the death of a Weymouth man whose body was recovered from Newfound Lake. State police were notified by a paddleboarder around 11 a.m. Saturday of a possible body in the water near Lakeside Road in Bristol. Members of the New Hampshire Fish and Game Department also responded and then located and removed the body of an adult male, later identified as 77-year-old John Quinlan of East Weymouth. An autopsy is scheduled to be conducted by the New Hampshire Office of the Chief Medical Examiner this week. Squantum, the affluent neighborhood that juts into Quincy Bay, boasts 5 of the city's 7 priciest homes on the market. The priciest of all is located at 153 Bayside Avenue, which is listed at $3.9 million. The home has a history marked by deep personal acrimony and legal controversy, including cases pending in civil and criminal court. Owner Ronan Zangi bought the property for $610,000 in 2016 and tore down the existing house. His construction company completed a new home in 2019. Zangi then began renting the property to short-term tenants through sites like Airbnb and Vrbo. When Quincy City Council banned short-term rentals in residential neighborhoods like Squantum in March 2021, Zangi continued his operations, according to city officials. On July 6th, a Superior Court judge forbade Zangi to advertise rent and accept reservations for future short-term rentals, defined as guest stays lasting more than 30 days. In August, Zangi countersued, but the city came back in September and filed a contempt complaint against Zangi, saying he defied the injunction by continuing to let and book reservations through short-term rental sites. No contempt hearing has taken place, and the civil case remains pending in Superior Court. The New England Wildlife Center is celebrating its 40th anniversary this year and is hosting its first ever gala on Thursday, September 19th. Hosted at Granite Links Golf Club in Quincy, Rob Hale, co-founder and president of Granite Communications, will serve as the keynote speaker. Hale has provided the center with an endowment totaling $2 million. Michael Bellotti, Norfolk County Treasurer and New England Wildlife Center's board member, will be the master of ceremonies at the gala. Governor Maura Healey and Quincy Mayor Thomas Koch will also speak. The gala is a celebration for the New England Wildlife Center, but also a fundraising opportunity as the nonprofit continues to carry out and expand its mission. Tickets are $250 per person and can be purchased online at capewildlifecenter.com or by contacting Heather Burns at heather.burns@newwildlife.org. MBTA service is being disrupted and it's affecting Braintree residents and riders. From September 6th through the 29th, Red Line services will be suspended between the JFK UMass stop and Braintree. Shuttle buses will make stops at Braintree, Quincy Adams, Quincy Center, Wollaston, North Quincy, and Ashmont. Free and accessible shuttle buses will operate directly between South Station and Braintree, stopping only at South Station and Braintree. The diversion schedule will be available on mbta.com. Thanks for watching Braintree Today. We'll be right back with more in entertainment.
Hi, I'm Tom Lyons, a retired captain from the Quincy Fire Department and the author of the book Fighting Fire, A Proactive Approach. Home fire deaths have been cut in half since the early 70s when smoke detectors were first marketed. Having smoke detectors in your home can double your chances of survival in a fire. 60% of residential fire deaths occur in homes without smoke detectors. Thus, smoke detectors must be present on each level of habitation. Photoelectric smoke detectors are required within 20 feet of a kitchen, bath, or shower. They are required on the ceiling outside bedrooms no further than 10 feet away. They are also required to be present on the ceiling at the base of stairwells. Additional placement may be required depending upon the year the home was built or when a substantial addition was added. Create a safe home environment. Maintain your smoke detectors. Thank you for doing so.
Welcome back to Braintree Today. This week in entertainment, we have 3 movie recommendations for you to watch. First up, Uglies takes place in a futuristic dystopia with enforced beauty standards and follows a teen awaiting mandatory cosmetic surgery who embarks on a journey to find her missing friend. The film stars Joey King and Chase Stokes. You can watch Uglies now on Netflix. Next, Civil War takes place in a dystopian future America where a team of military-embedded journalists race against time to reach Washington, D.C. before rebel factions descend upon the White House. The film stars Kirsten Dunst and Wagner Moura. You can watch Civil War now on Max. And finally, Speak No Evil follows a family who is invited to spend a whole weekend in a lonely home in the countryside. But as the weekend progresses, they realize that a dark side lies within the family who invited them. The film stars James McAvoy and Mackenzie Davis. You can watch Speak No Evil now in theaters. That'll do it for news today. Remember, if you're a customer of Verizon, you can watch BCAM TV in high definition on channel 2128. I'm Martha Konstandinidis, and thank you for watching Braintree Today on BCAM TV. We'll see you next time.